All right, moving on to our medium study session now. When would you do this? This would be done when you have a designated blocked off period. Let's just say between 1 and 3 hours. So a Saturday from 9 a.m. until 12 noon, you know you want to get in some assignments, you want to get in some work. That's your blocked off time. That's the first thing. So in your head, you have 3 hours to study. What is your goal? Your goal, your purpose is to maximize that time most efficiently and in a productive manner. What you do not want to do is go all enthusiastic and say, hey, I want to study for as long as possible. You start at 9, and let's just say you push until 9:50, and then you realize, hey, I could do some more. You push until 10:30, which is an hour and a half, and you say, okay, great, I think I need a break now. You go on a break, let's just say till 11, and you come back at 11, you realize that, hey, you're too mentally fatigued and tired, and you just need 10 minutes again. You end up going on YouTube, you scroll, you read a book, and by the time you know it, hey, it's 12 o'clock, or you're just too tired to study again. So your 3-hour limit, you only get an hour and a half of study. You do not want to do that. What you want to do is maximize the entire session. So how I would suggest you do this would be dividing it up. You need to analyze it. So first you need to pay attention to yourself when you're now starting to get this going. I would suggest breaking it up into either 3 or 4 sessions. The length would depend on you. Let me go through and you understand what I'm saying. So let's say you want to start at 9 o'clock. So you start at 9 o'clock a.m. and your goal is to study for 45 minutes, which is a lot, right? So you stop at 9:45. You take a 15-minute break, 9:45 to 10 o'clock, and then you start back at 10 o'clock, and then you go to 10:45. You stop at 10:45 and you go to 11 o'clock, and then you go 11 o'clock to 11:45, and then you stop there, and that's it. So you've gotten in 3 45-minute sessions. That's perfect, that's ideal. If you could do that, well done. However, this is where the loop process goes in and the feedback system kicks in. If when you start at 9 and you stop at 9:45, you take your 15-minute break at 10 and you start back at 10, and you realize it's very, 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 very difficult to start back at 10 because you're tired, you're frustrated, you're fatigued, you just need a few more moments. What I would do is take that as an indication that my 45 minutes was too long. So next time, I would say, okay, here what, I'm going to start at 9, but instead of going to 45 minutes, I'm going to go to 9:40 instead. So that's 5 minutes less, which kind of doubles up because it's 5 minutes less studying, but 5 minutes more relaxed time. So you start at 9, you finish at 9:40, you still take your 20 minutes break now in this case. You start back at 10 and go till 10:40, and then go again, take a break 10:40 to 11, and then 11 to 11:40. Now let's just go back again. If when you are starting back at 10 o'clock, you are able to start, that's good. But you might not be able to push to 10:40 again because you've now done a 40 minutes. You might get 35 minutes or even 30 minutes, which is still good. I would still stick with it. Or if you want, you could really go back and drop down the 40 minutes to 35 minutes. So go 9:35, and then take a break, and then go 10:35. That should not be a problem. And then go 11 to 11:35. You all follow what's going on? Because at the end of the day, when you are able to accomplish that, you will get in more time altogether with the 3 separate study sessions than pushing so much in the 1 study session initially for the hour and a half. Because 35 minutes plus 35 plus 35, that's an hour and a half plus 15 minutes you're going to get in. So that's 15 minutes extra. And I'm sure you would not be as tired. Nice. Moving on. What I would do is take a long break. If you are able to accomplish those 3 study sessions within that 3-hour period, take a long break if you know you have to study after. So you want to study back in the evening, definitely take an hour or 2 hours and make sure that break is enjoyable and relaxing. I would do something physical if it is possible. And that way you start back at 2 o'clock and you could say 2 till 5, 2 to 2:40 or whatever is your medium study session. One last point, and the first point on how to either 3 or 4 study sessions. So depending on your medium study session, if it's a half an hour, then you might be able to not take a half an hour break, but get in 4 study sessions within the 3 hours instead of 3, because these study sessions are shorter now. Yeah, great. Just going through here, we have 45 minutes is your study session plus the 15-minute break, and you do that 3 times. That's the example I came up with. Your break should be 1 to 2 hours depending on how you feel and what you are doing in your break. Hope this video was useful as well. Tomorrow we'll send the conclusion of this mini series, and we have an excellent study seminar coming up which deals with maximizing student motivation. I'll give you some more details tomorrow as well.